Previously on In the Footsteps of the Franklins.
You can see this game trail that runs through here.
Because I believe that it's still out there.
So it was 7 miles from Wombat Glen to here, and from here to there was 7 miles. I would not recommend it to anyone.
I mean, I've got the time, but it's the rain. If I don't, I'll never ever forgive myself. I'm just here having breakfast with hundreds of mozzies and the occasional leech. You can see him crawling around outside of the tent. Blood-sucking villains.
I suppose I should be thanking them, really. They've given me great reason not to be in bed any longer.
The time had come, the point of no return. I was going for the past and I had no intention of coming back. Leaving everything in the rearview mirror, I made my way out to the last of the Loddon Plains. At the end of the plains, I reached Detention Corner, where Sir John Franklin's party was held up for a week, unable to proceed further owing to endless rain, sleet and snow. I filled up my bladder and was about to begin, as Lady Jane had titled it, The Calder Pass of the Frenchman. Calder recollects of the passage. Pursuing the track to Macquarie Harbour after quitting the Loddon Plain, we now have to cross the inferior and densely wooded ridges of the Frenchman's Cap. Inferior by comparison only, for they are both lofty and steep. Their width is nearly 4 miles, and they are planted with the jungle so close that it is the task of something more than labour to burst through the impending fields of scrub that bring the traveller to a standstill at every 100 yards.
I'm at the top of Calder's Pass. Time for the descent. descending through bower and cutting grass. I think I've just found my worst scrub of the trip. It's so bad through here. Can't catch a break here. It's just so hairy. I'm just following a creek now, and then it will be a larger creek, but I've got, I think it says 200 meters left of this scrub. I need some myrtle. I need some help here, Forrest. Today's really pushing me to the limits. I've been able to catch a break for like an hour and a half. Being in this creek is like the best I've got. I'm struggling. It's 2:11 and I'm still like 2 k's off the plains of where Christmas Rock might be. My little stream hitching ride came to an end. There's this massive deep pool. I just put my foot in it and I can't stand in it, so I've got to break my way across this bower vine and then try to scale it without falling in. So I made that and it just continues. It really continues. Crap. That's a friggin' waterfall. Seriously, like how the hell am I gonna get down from here? This is not cool. There was nothing like that on the map. It just looked like smooth contours all the way down. That is insane. It's 40 or 50 meter drop and I've got to climb up out of it. I can't even drop down anywhere. So I've just got to head as far away as possible from it. I've managed to find my way down part of it, hoping that I have an alright grade on the way down. This has basically turned into canyoning. I can't get down there because it's too deep. So I have to go back into the bush and follow it down. Huge canopy of horizontal. I'm out of it. I'm out of that creek, river, whatever it is. Today's been so hard. Probably my hardest day in the bush, I reckon. Scrub, like heavy scrub everywhere, and then the cliffs. I'm still not out of it. I have hit some myrtle forest though, which is a blessing. Still walking down, and I've just come across my first humans of the trip, which is pretty cool. That's a good sign that there might be some nice open forest down where it's flat. This is it for me. Oh, it's time to get out of these damn clothes, get this pack off. Hopefully that is flat enough. The old pants copped a little bit too much today. I don't know if I'm going to be able to repair these. Well, I am safe and cozy in my tent now. Not going to lie. Today was hectic. No way of sugarcoating that. The forests are so jungle-like. Like, they're just a big mix and such a mess. So many decaying logs that you step on, you just fall straight down, and it's hard with that pack. There's a lot of weight in that pack. I've been lugging it around for 4 days now, and yeah, the shoulders hurt. But having said that, I think, 1 day ahead of my itinerary, which was to be here by day 5. Although I haven't found Christmas Rock either.
So what's the big deal with this Christmas Rock, you're asking? Christmas Rock is a feature that was visited by the Frenchmans expedition. It was named Christmas Rock after Calder's party, while cutting the track, spent the night huddled underneath its overhang on Christmas Eve. Calder recalls, "Late on the night in question, we were startled from heavy sleep we were in by the most awful and long-continued thunderstorm I was ever the witness of. It was quite impossible to sleep amidst such a discharge of fireworks, which, knocked up as we were, we all turned out to have a look at. As we were watching the storm from the top of the rock where we were perched, we were witness of a scene of very unusual occurrence, namely, the kindling of fire by lightning. This remarkable circumstance gave name to the plain we were camped on, that is, Lightning Plain. For almost 70 years, most people have believed Christmas Rock to be this rock here, which the Hobart Walking Club found in 1953. This rock is a limestone outcrop. It is located approximately 7 kilometres from Calder's Pass at the head of New Year Valley. In 1982, geomorphologist Chris Sharpless published a report on the area where he wrote that by obtaining access to the plains by virtually the same route as the Franklins, he had mapped the area and found Christmas Rock to be in the western side of the plains, right where Hobart Walking Club had visited. Sharpless, who also had a copy of Burns' account of the expedition, goes on to say that it is of perverse interest for 2 details of karst features. He writes, "Firstly, Burns' account implies that Christmas Rock is located on the eastern end of Lightning Plains. However, only small outcrops are to be seen in the latter area, none of which were seen to have notable overhangs." He also writes it was mapped in 1962 as Christmas Rock by another party. But that doesn't make sense, and I'll go on to explain why. I do believe that it is somewhere around this area, because Byrne described that he walked from the top of the scrubby ridge, which was just up near Calder Pass, in 28 minutes through the forest to Christmas Rock, which was at the verge of the plains. So Christmas Rock is only maximum 1 kilometre, 1.5 kilometres from the scrubby ridge. There's a few other clues as well which lead me to believe that it's around here. Is that Calder said it was made of quartz, so the Frenchman's Cap is made of quartz. He was of the opinion that it maybe fell from the cap and was, he said, as firmly rooted in the ground as the mountain itself, the mountain of which it fell from, or something like that. I can't remember exactly word for word. I'll be walking through. I'll keep my eyes peeled, and if I come across it, I come across it, and if not, that's tough luck. That'd be my darling fiance. to make a cup of coffee and read her message. Simple things in life. Oh, 2 messages. I'm in for a treat. Oh, so stiff. I'm just passing in between the river over there and these huge hills of Bowra. There's a little alleyway here, I can slip between them. And I've just come across this big quartz piece. Even though this would say that it's limestone country from here south and across to Deception Range, but you can still get quartz. So I seriously believe that Christmas rock is sitting hidden somewhere in these plains. Well, I've just come down the hill. I'm on the Lightning Plains now, the very northeastern corner. So it looks like I blew my shot on Christmas rock, but what can you do? You can't see like for any great amount of distance. I have come across this view though, which is pretty specky. I'll pull the phone out. Pretty sweet, huh? It looks like I'm not the only person to use this. You can see there's a footprint, and also the step here, which is exactly where you would put your weight if you were trying to cross over to this clearer part. So someone has come through here, but you never know when. I can tell you exactly when it was. It was December 2021 by Mr. Richard Fairfam on his way to a pack rafting trip down the Upper Jane. Just days after I had returned from this trip, he uploaded a photo album from his December trip, in where he wrote that after a hard slog over the coldest pass, he reached the northeastern floor of Lightning Plains. Here he spotted something that took his interest. He writes, "Fairly inexplicably, there was this huge, almost spherical grey boulder of limestone sitting on its lonesome beside the small creek at the foot of the ridge." Now, I haven't been back personally to investigate it, but I'm 99% sure that what Richard has found is in fact Christmas rock. Most likely it's impure quartz, grey, really rich in iron. The timing of his posting of this trip is just uncanny. Also, this is no word of a lie, when I was within a stone's throw of the location, I had made this recording. Same birds as the day that Levi and I found Stannard's grave. They were hovering over the grove, and I hypnotically wound my way up the little spur and found it. Anyway, I don't know anything about birds or what type they are. Beautiful though, there's so many of them here. I continued my course southwest across the Lightning Plains. The victory of rediscovering Christmas rock was not set out for me, but a valuable lesson learned. Remember, always pay attention to nature. you believe I've had this canister for the whole trip? It's nearly empty, but I've been using it for 5 days. Well, and a prospecting trip actually. So 6 or 7. That's unreal. I bought 3 spare ones, which I'll probably never use here. Hopefully, anyway. Ever seen a view like this? Have a look at that. Lightning Plains, ladies and gentlemen, putting on a show. There's Milligan's Falls over there, coming down from the top.
Almost home for the evening. Got about 300 meters to go. I'm going to be staying at the head of New Year Valley, which is just over there. Matt Brain showed me where him and his son David camped on an epic trip they did out of the Franklin and pack rafting down the Jane. So I'm going to go and camp there. He said it's one of the few dry, non-tussocky camp spots. I'm guessing this is it. Must be. Big enough for the tent. We've got 2 hours left of light, which is plenty of time to take a few grams off everything that I've been lugging around. I think both my other thermals are pretty wet. My socks are really wet. Even my tent's wet from that place where I slept last night. I actually can't believe that that was just this morning that I left there. Bizarre. Just taking my pants off to hang them up, and check out the battle scars. That is a pretty nasty bruise. The legs are just hammered, and look at the swelling on that thing. That has copped it. Blood-sucking villains. So, yeah, I'm just trying to figure out what the hell I'm going to do tomorrow. Here's another one. Got him. I'm getting pretty good at it. Single-handed. I am here. And I need to get here. Next time on In the Footsteps of the Franklins. Climbing out of this crap. Just kind of blew my nose a bit and a freaking leech fell out. You can see my line there that I've taken into the glowworm forest. And I front flipped down and landed on my ass right here. It was a miracle.